Aquarius, can you feel it? Something in the air is shifting. The world looks the same, but your soul knows it isn't. The energy is heavier, time feels slower, and deep inside, something is whispering. Something is coming. But not a single astrologer warned you about what's arriving on November 4th. This isn't just another horoscope. This isn't another lucky day prediction. This is a cosmic reset, a spiritual rebirth. And if you aren't awake, you might miss the miracle that has your name written on it. Aquarius, listen closely. For months, maybe even years, you've been tested. Your heart has been bruised. You've been misunderstood, ignored, betrayed, or quietly suffering while the world kept moving. You asked yourself late at night, why is God so silent? Why does the universe take so long to answer me? Why do I feel something big is coming, but I can't explain it? Because your life wasn't being delayed, it was being aligned. And now, the clock of heaven has moved. On November 4th, everything changes. It's not a date on the calendar, it's a doorway, a spiritual checkpoint, a moment when the universe looks at Aquarius and says, "Are you ready to step into your miracle timeline?" But with every miracle comes a warning. Before the blessing comes the shaking. Before rebirth comes the burial. Before the light comes the darkness that tests your faith. So if you're feeling tired, disconnected, lonely, spiritually restless, this isn't punishment, it's preparation. Because your old life is ending, not in a dramatic explosion, but in a quiet divine transition. Let me be clear. What's coming is not for everyone. Some people won't hear it, some will scroll away, some will call it coincident, but you're still here, listening, heart beating faster, soul on fire, because a part of you already knows this message is for you. So, before we go deeper, I need to ask you something important. Comment, "I'm ready" if your soul already feels this shift. Not for me, not for the algorithm, but as a declaration to the universe that says, "I'm not running anymore. I'm not doubting anymore. I'm ready." Because in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 undeniable signs your rebirth has already begun. Why you were isolated before being elevated. The one thing you must do before November 4th, or risk missing your miracle timeline, and the twist nobody is talking about. The test that comes right before the blessing. But remember this, miracles don't appear where fear lives. So take a breath, place your hand on your heart, feel that beat. That's proof. You're still in the story. Heaven is not done with you. And November 4th is not coming to break you. It's coming to announce you. Whisper, soft, slow. They thought your story was over. But heaven just turned the page. Have you noticed it, Aquarius? You wake up from strange dreams. Some are blurry. Others are so real, you wake up breathless, like your soul just visited another realm. You can't explain it, but you feel it. Something is pressing on your spirit. Your heart is awake even before your eyes open. People you once trusted, silent. Plans you thought were secure, falling apart. Things that once made you happy, suddenly feel empty. It's like life hit pause, but your soul is still running. You're not crazy, you're not unstable, you're not lost. You're experiencing an energy shift. This is what it feels like when the universe disconnects you from old timelines and starts aligning you with your true one. Maybe you've been feeling restless, not tired, but unsettled. You can't stay in rooms where your soul feels small. You can't pretend anymore. Fake friendships drain you. Forced conversations feel heavy. Your intuition is louder than ever. And for the first time, you can't ignore it. This is not anxiety. This is your spirit waking up. You might be asking, why is everything changing at once? Why do I feel alone even when I'm surrounded by people? Why do the things I prayed for suddenly feel wrong? Aquarius, it's because the universe is unplugging you from the life that doesn't match your future. You outgrew the room. You outgrew the version of you that settled. You outgrew the conversations where you had to shrink to be loved. And now, the universe is moving things, people, and situations away, not to punish you, but to prepare you. The signs of this shift are real. You see repeating numbers like 1111, 222, 555, right when you're thinking of making a decision. You wake up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., not because of noise, but because your soul is receiving downloads. You hear your inner voice louder than ever, telling you something is wrong before your mind can understand why. People disappear without explanation. You're ghosted, ignored, or quietly replaced. You start craving solitude more than attention. It hurts. It's confusing. You might even feel abandoned, but listen carefully. But here's the twist. This discomfort isn't a warning. It's a welcome. You're not breaking. You're being reshaped. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. The universe removes what your future cannot carry. God closes doors your destiny cannot walk through. Your soul feels unsettled because it's preparing for something your mind cannot yet see. Think of a snake shedding its skin. Think of a butterfly breaking the cocoon. Think of a diamond under pressure. None of it looks peaceful. None of it feels comfortable. But all of it is transformation. So if you're crying more than usual, it's okay. If you're tired of pretending you're okay, breathe. If people don't understand you anymore, don't force them. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. This is you, evolving silently. Engagement moment. Comment below. I feel this shift if this chapter is speaking to your soul right now. Let the universe hear your confirmation. Because in the next chapter, we're going deeper into sign number 1 of the miracle timeline. Why the past is returning right before your breakthrough. Stay with me. Your soul asked for this message. Aquarius. Have you noticed how lately the past suddenly knocks on your door? A message from someone you haven't spoken to in years. An old friend watching your stories again. A job offer from a place that once rejected you. A hobby or childhood talent you forgot you had, quietly calling your name again. You sit there thinking, why now? Why is this coming back after all this time? Is this a sign? Is this karma? Or is this just coincidence? Let me tell you the truth. It's none of those. This is not karma. This is not an accident. This is the universe testing your alignment. Because sometimes, before your miracle timeline begins, life will send pieces of your past to see if you're still the same person who once accepted less than you deserved. You'll notice it. An ex who suddenly texts, "Hey, how have you been?" A friend who disappeared now says, "I miss our conversations." An old boss who didn't value you now wants you back because things have changed. You randomly find your old sketchbook, camera, guitar, and your heart remembers what passion felt like. This isn't random. This is spiritual examination. Aquarius, your past does not return to trap you. It returns to measure you, to see if you've grown, to see if you will choose differently, to see if you still crave the familiar, or if you're ready for the future. Ask your viewers directly, did someone or something from your past come back recently? Tell me in the comments. This is important. Let them talk. Let them open up. Because when they speak it, they start to see it. You see, your past knows your weaknesses. It knows where you bend. That's why it shows up now, right before your elevation. Because here's the spiritual law. If you respond like the old you go back to the old life. So don't be surprised if life asks you, will you answer that text? Will you return to the job that drained your spirit? Will you apologize just to keep fake peace? Or will you walk away, even when it hurts? But here's the twist. What returns isn't always meant to stay. Sometimes it returns to see if you've healed. Read that again. Not everything that comes back is a blessing. Some things come back to make sure you're no longer breakable. This is where transformation happens. When you say no to what broke you, even though it feels familiar. When you choose growth over comfort. When you look at the past and say, thank you for the lesson, but I'm not that person anymore. And yes, some things will return because they belong to your destiny. A dream you gave up on, a talent you buried, an opportunity that wasn't right back then, but is perfectly timed now. Not everything from your past is toxic. Some of it is unfinished purpose, but you must have the wisdom to know the difference. So, Aquarius, if something or someone from your past has resurfaced, don't panic, don't romanticize it, don't immediately shut it out either. Observe it, listen, feel, ask your soul what it knows before your mind gives you what is familiar. Engagement CTA to boost comments. Tell me in the comments, did your past return recently? A person? A feeling? A dream? I'm reading every story because in the next chapter, we move to sign number 2. Why isolation is not rejection, but preparation for your public elevation. Stay with me. This is only the beginning of your miracle timeline. Have you felt it lately? The invites stopped coming. The calls got quieter. People you would do anything for suddenly don't have time for you. You walk into rooms, but it's like no one sees you. You post something. Silence. You speak your truth. Ignored. And you ask yourself, why do I feel invisible? Why did the people I loved the most leave when I needed them the most? Did I do something wrong? But Aquarius, listen closely. This is not rejection, it's protection. The universe doesn't hide you because you are unworthy. It hides you because you are valuable. Think about diamonds. Before the world sees them shining in jewelry stores, they are hidden, buried deep in darkness, crushed under pressure, surrounded by silence, not because they are worthless, but because they are priceless. And right now, that's you. The universe is saying, I need to separate you so I can shape you. I need to take you away from noise so you can hear yourself again. I need to show you who is real by first removing everyone who isn't. Because elevation requires isolation. You're not being abandoned, you're being aligned. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, is exposing who cannot go to the next chapter of your life. Read that again. They didn't leave because you weren't enough. They left because their role in your story is over. Maybe the text stopped. Maybe people choose others over you. Maybe you cry quietly at night because you don't know when your people will come. But what if I told you? Loneliness is often the birthplace of purpose. Silence is where your next instruction is whispered. Isolation is where angels meet warriors. But here's the twist. Isolation isn't punishment. It's preparation for public recognition. This is the phase before the spotlight, the chapter before the announcement, the silence before the symphony begins. Think about it. Joseph was thrown into a pit before reaching the palace. David was forgotten in the fields before becoming king. Even the moon shines the brightest, only when surrounded by darkness. So if life has become quiet, it's not because nothing is happening. It's because everything is being prepared. You're not late. You're not forgotten. You're being positioned. The world can't see you now because God is still writing the part where they have to. Engagement CTA. Comment, I feel this if you're in this isolation phase. Let other Aquarius souls know they're not alone. So breathe. Your circle may be smaller now, but it's becoming sacred. Your nights may be silent, but heaven is not. Your path may feel empty, but that's because it's being cleared for you. Because after isolation comes elevation. After silence comes announcement. After hidden becomes chosen. Stay with me, because in the next chapter, we uncover sign number 3, the financial shift, when losing money or opportunities is actually the first sign of blessing. Aquarius, have you noticed something strange happening with your money, your job, or your opportunities lately? Maybe money comes from nowhere. A refund you forgot about, someone paying you back suddenly, a random bonus, a client you never expected, or maybe the opposite. Everything feels stuck. Silence, no calls, no progress, doors closing faster than you can knock. Both are signs, both are proof. Because when you're stepping into your miracle timeline, one of the loudest shifts is financial. But it doesn't always start with blessings. Sometimes it begins with breakdowns. You might be thinking, why did I lose that job? Why did that deal fall through? Why does everything I try suddenly feel blocked? Listen carefully. It's not because you're failing. It's because the universe is repositioning your wealth. Some doors don't close gently. They slam, not to scare you, but to stop you from wasting any more time on rooms that were never yours. Have you ever prayed for better? And suddenly everything started falling apart. That's because God doesn't renovate cages. He breaks them. You asked for breakthrough, so the universe is removing what blocks it. You asked for abundance, so scarcity is being shaken out of your hands. You asked for new opportunities, so old ones are being stripped away. Because before you step into financial overflow, all your financial distractions must disappear. The toxic job that drained you, gone. The friendship that used you for money, exposed. The habit of begging for validation, destroyed. The people who only call when they need something, silent. This is not loss. This is clearance. Your life is being emptied so it can finally be filled. But here's the twist. Before money arrives, distractions disappear. If you're losing things, you're about to gain better. Read that again. You are not being robbed. You are being realigned. The universe is making space. Space for wealth. Space for stability. Space for the version of you who doesn't survive, but thrives. And then it starts. Little signs, small blessings, unexpected yeses, a message saying, are you available for this opportunity? A job offer that matches your worth, not your wounds, a payment you never expected, a business idea that feels divinely placed, your gifts, your talents, your intuition, finally turning into income. But here's the key. Don't chase, attract. Don't run after closed doors. Don't beg people to choose you. Don't force what's leaving. What's yours won't require war. It will flow. Engagement. Comment, I received this if you felt your finances shift, either through loss or unexpected blessings. Let's claim it together. Aquarius, this is not about money alone. This is about value, worth, identity. The universe is teaching you. You are not meant to struggle for what is already written for you. So if you're in the silence, don't panic. Silence means the order is being prepared. Delay is not denial. It is divine direction. Because in the next chapter, we go deeper into the spiritual side of it all. From numbers like 1111 to dreams that feel like messages from another dimension. Aquarius, have you been seeing things you can't explain? Repeated numbers like 1111, 222, 555 showing up on your phone, the clock, receipts, car plates, white feathers on your path, coins on the ground, ringing in your ears when no one is talking, feeling like someone called your name, but no one is there. You shrug it off at first. You think, it's just coincidence, but it keeps happening again and again and again. It's not your imagination. It's not glitches in the matrix. It's signal, not noise. The spiritual alarms are getting louder because your breakthrough is getting closer. The universe speaks in whispers before it speaks in miracles. And when you don't hear the whispers, it turns up the volume. You start dreaming differently. Not those random blurry dreams, but dreams that feel like messages. You wake up remembering faces, places, words, like your soul is trying to tell you something your mind can't process yet. You'll feel it in your body too. Pressure in your chest for no reason, anxiety without explanation, sudden urge to cry, ringing in ears that comes out of nowhere, feeling watched, not in a scary way, but in a protected way. And the most confusing part? Nothing is technically wrong, but everything feels different, like you're in between worlds, one foot still in the past, but your soul already walking toward the future. Aquarius, this is what a soul update feels like. Your spirit is downloading new instructions, while your old life is buffering. People might think you're being dramatic, but your soul knows. You're not crazy, you're connected. There's a reason spiritual signs increase before major life shift. 11:11, a new chapter is opening. 2:22, alignment, divine timing, soul partnerships. 5:55, change, transformation, the point of no return. Hearing your name, your angels are near. Seeing feathers, you are protected, not abandoned. These are not decorations in your life. They are notifications from the universe. But here's the twist. The louder the signs get, the closer your breakthrough is. You see more signs because you're getting closer to the door. The universe is saying, don't quit now. You're almost there. The signs are not there to scare you. They're there to prepare you. Think of it like this. Before a plane takes off, there's turbulence. Before the sun rises, the sky gets darker. Before a breakthrough, the spiritual alarms get louder, because your destiny is calling your name, and heaven refuses to let you miss it. Engagement, CTA, comment. I see the signs if you've been noticing repeating numbers, dreams, feathers, or spiritual messages. Let others know they are not alone in this shift. Aquarius, your awakening is not a mistake. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. Your signs are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Aquarius, this is the part they never expected. The same people who once ignored your messages now watch your every move in silence. The ones who gossiped about you now whisper your name with curiosity, even respect. The people who laughed at your dreams now ask, hey, are you still doing that thing? But this time, their tone has changed because something is shifting publicly. You're not where you want to be yet, but you're not where you used to be. People can sense it. They don't know what it is, but they feel it. Your energy is different. Your aura is stronger. You no longer chase, you attract. And now, they notice you. Suddenly, invitations you never received before start showing up. Hey, we're doing an event. You should come. I know someone who could help you with that idea. Can you give me advice on this? You're good at it. Surprising, isn't it? Not long ago, your success didn't exist to them. Now, they can't deny it. And then come the apologies. Awkward, unfinished, quiet apologies. Not always in words. Sometimes it's in the way they treat you differently. They don't say, I'm sorry. They say things like, I've been thinking about you lately. I should have been there for you. I didn't realize how strong you really are. But you don't need their apology, because you're no longer waiting for them to validate a story they were never meant to write. Aquarius, this is called the public reversal. It's when God, the universe, the divine, takes every hidden tear you cried and turns it into a public testimony. You were overlooked. Now you'll be seen. You were dismissed. Now your name will be mentioned in rooms you've never even entered. You were doubted. Now your results will speak louder than their disbelief. But here's the twist. This time, silence is your power. Don't announce. Let results speak. Because your blessing isn't a show. It's a shift. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to post every move on social media. Your success will speak for itself. The loudest thing in the room will be your growth. Don't clap back. Don't explain. Don't rush to say, "Look at me now." No, sit in your peace and let the universe respond for you. The same people who once doubted you will ask how you did it. The same doors that once rejected you will now open on their own. The same voice that once trembled in fear will now speak with quiet authority. But here's what makes this moment sacred. You don't rise to prove them wrong. You rise because you were always meant to. Engagement? Comment, "I claim my public miracle," if you're ready for this reversal. Let the universe see your declaration. Because this is not the end of the story. This is only the turning point. From unheard to unforgettable. From rejected to respected. From hidden to chosen. Aquarius, it's not enough to feel the signs. It's not enough to know a miracle is coming. You have to step into it. You have to choose it. With your actions, your boundaries, your words. This chapter is simple, but it's sacred. Because miracles aren't random. They're activated. So how do you enter your miracle timeline? There are only 3 rules. And if you follow them, everything shifts. Step 1. Detach quietly. Don't chase what's leaving. When something or someone starts pulling away, let it. Don't chase. Don't beg. Don't force it. Why? Because what is meant for your future will never require you to sacrifice your dignity to keep it. If a door closes, it wasn't your door. If someone walks away, they weren't part of your next chapter. You don't need dramatic exits, no explosions, no revenge. Detach in silence, release with grace. Because when you stop fighting for what's leaving, you make space for what's coming. Step 2. Protect your energy. Not everyone should hear your plan. Your miracle is in its building phase right now. It's delicate, still forming, still sacred. Don't expose it too soon. Stop oversharing your dreams with people who don't pray for you. Stop expecting support from people who secretly compete with you. Stop asking for advice from people who couldn't handle what you're becoming. Some of the most powerful moves in history were made in silence. Move quietly. Build privately. Let the results make the noise. Energy is a currency. Spend it wisely. Step 3. Speak like it already happened. This one is the most important. Your words hold power. Your words create reality. You don't speak what you see. You speak what you want to see. Say it even when you don't feel it yet. I am chosen. I am protected. I am wealthy. I am healed. I am ready. Because every time you speak it, you send a signal to the universe saying, yes, deliver it here. But here's the final twist. Your words are your contract with the universe. Speak fear, you delay it. Speak faith, you activate it. If you say, nothing works out for me, the universe listens. If you say, no one supports me, the universe agrees. But the moment you say, I don't know how, but I know it's coming, heaven starts moving. So ask yourself, what are you speaking over your own life daily? Fear or faith? Loss or abundance? Delay or destiny? Engagement, CTA. Comment, I speak faith, not fear. If you're choosing to activate your miracle timeline right now. Because Aquarius, this is not just a message. This is a turning point. The universe is not asking if you're worthy, it's asking if you're ready. And now, we enter the final chapter, the softest, the deepest, the moment your soul has been waiting for. Aquarius. They buried you thinking it was over. They thought this was the end of your story. They left you in silence, in darkness, in pain. But heaven knew something they didn't. Pause. Whisper tone. You weren't buried. You were planted. You see, the world looked at your loneliness and called it failure. God looked at it and called it rooting. They saw your tears as weakness. The universe saw them as water for your becoming. Every disappointment was a shovel. Every heartbreak was soil being pushed over you. Every silent night you cried yourself to sleep was heaven saying, "Hold on, you're not done. You're just underground, where miracles begin." And now, the soil is cracking. November 4th isn't just a date. It's the moment the dirt begins to split. The moment hidden roots break through to the light. The moment you stop surviving and start rising. Listen closely. Your tears were not wasted. Your waiting was not ignored. Your silence was not empty. It was sacred preparation. They didn't see the nights you prayed. They didn't hear the whispers you spoke when no one was around. But heaven did. Heaven kept the record. Heaven kept the receipt. Aquarius, this is your rebirth. Not loud, not chaotic, but powerful, quiet, sacred. The shift won't begin outside. It will begin inside you. The way you think, the way you speak, the way you walk into rooms no longer begging to be seen, but knowing you were born to be. People who once doubted you will be shocked. People who blocked you will watch you. People who said you changed will never understand you were supposed to, because seeds don't stay seeds. They become forests. Final whisper line, slow, emotional. November 4th, the soil cracks and the seed becomes a miracle. So now, it's your turn to respond. Final comment. CTA, comment "I rise now" if this prophecy speaks to you. Your words are not for the algorithm. They're a declaration to the universe. I'm ready to rise. Subscribe, CTA. Subscribe because the next prophecy reveals November 7th, the day heaven flips the script in your favor. You don't want to miss what happens next.